an all-round performer who has said of his acting career, I tend to avoid porno movies, but then they tend to avoid me. Enter the wholesome Roy Kinnear.
I just did that to show you the jacket fitted, you know.
You have, I'm told, a sore throat. Is that right? I mean, if you'd like to just knock once for yes and twice for no. Fine. You're a fairly short chat, this. How did this happen?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's probably... no, it's not that bad now. It did go away for a bit. But usually, we've been doing quite a few shows at the National, and eventually it just left me. It went with the audience, actually.
Now, the National, that's proper acting, isn't it? Do you find you get more...
No, the National Bus Company, though.
Oh. If it was the National...
It wasn't.
Do you get more meaty roles there?
Fleshier, yes. I tend to fill them out a bit, yeah. Yes, they are. It's marvellous. I'm enjoying it enormously, actually. I'm enjoying it enormously. The rest of the cast, no, they don't like it.
On screen, of course, the familiar view of you for us is of a sweaty, nervous victim. So it must be good to climb into costume and makeup.
Well, I climb into costume and makeup, and then I play sweaty, nervous victim. I mean, it's just the same performance with another hat on, that's all.
Are you careful about the roles that you choose?
You've got to be slightly careful, because, well, in the theatre, especially, you've got to do it every night. So in the theatre, you've got to be very, very careful, because if you're bad on the first night, you know you're going to be bad again the next night, and then eventually you're just bad all the time. And everyone knows you're going to be bad because they've read the notices as well. You go out in the evening and say, bye-bye, darling, I'm just going to be bad. And you get home at night, hello, darling, were you bad again? Yes, thanks.
How do you test? Is there a test to decide how you're going to play a role, or rather that the role is going to suit you?
Well, first of all, you've got to be asked.
Yeah.
That's always a good help. Also, if... I always think when you're, just before the first night, when you're eating your poached egg, how are you going to feel? If you're going to feel bad, don't do the role. And if you're going to feel good, still don't do it.
That's the answer. Of course, you had good old-fashioned training, didn't you? You went to RADA.
Well, no, I mean, yes, I went to RADA. A lot of other people went to RADA as well, though.
But did you find it pretentious? Did it suit you?
No. I had two different sort of times at RADA. I mean, I first of all went straight from school to RADA, and then I went into the army, and I came back after 2 years in the army and went back to RADA, and I was, of course, a completely different person then, because I was a terrible skiver, and I'd learned a lot in the army. It was very good training for being an actor, and in the second time, I actually learnt much more because I knew what to take.
But did you find that you had much rivalry for the kind of parts you could do?
No. No rivalry at all, actually. Because everyone else was good-looking. And I always played the character part straight away. I mean, I had my own white to put straight on my hair. Even in the audition, I just went, is that all right? Thank you very much, that'll do. And any short, fat, bald part was mine.
So your shape has affected the work you've been offered?
I don't know. I don't think so. I never actually take a part because he's fat. I just... the director says, how do you see this character? And I say, well, I see him as short, fat, bald. So oh, that's a good idea. I never thought of him like that.
Do you worry about your weight, apart from it bringing you work? Personally, do you worry?
Well, yes, obviously. I mean, because if I didn't watch it, I could get fat, and... You'd be surprised, I mean, how you can put weight on if you just don't watch it. So I obviously watch it, and... because this is all flesh, you see. There's not an ounce of muscle on that. And,
it's deceptive, really, isn't
well, it is, really, because, I mean, out of every fat man, there's another fat man screaming to get out.
Your wife said a very affectionate thing about you once. She said that when you met, the crutch of your trousers was always down at your knees.
It hasn't changed, actually.
I mean, do you have trouble with clothes?
No trouble at all. No. I just can't get any. I mean, you go in, if you're a 46 short porter, you just go in and say, have you got one? And if they haven't, you know.
Interesting thing is, fascinating fact that I discovered about you. No, you don't know what I'm going to say. It's about your father was a professional sportsman.
Yes, that's right.
What did he do?
He was a professional rugby player. He was rugby league. He was Scottish international and then turned professional in the days when people weren't supposed to turn professional. And played for England and rugby league. He was actually in the first team that ever played at Wembley. Wigan won the cup for the first time. But I think I got my father's shoulders and my mother's height.
What is your game?
I beg your pardon? I'm not telling you. My game?
Yeah.
Tiddlywinks. Give us a clue. What?
Yes, that's true. The bonus for your job is, I suppose, that you travel a lot. You go to exotic locations.
Oh, yes. Balls Pond Road, everywhere.
Seychelles?
Oh, yes, we went to the Seychelles. Yes, on Pirates. We were in the Seychelles. It's a sort of tropical island. A bit like the temperate house at Kew Gardens, really. So you can't get a bus to go home.
And how long were you there? What was it like?
All day.
No. Off the plane, did the job and back again.
In actual fact, it was all night shooting. We could have done it at the bottom of my garden, I mean.
You're obviously a home-loving man, then, I would say.
Well, if only I could get a job in London, then.
If you are at home, because if you're working at home, you see more of your family than you normally would. Do they understand your working routine?
Yes, they understand I'm usually out of work. And, hello, Daddy, you're out of work again, are you? Nothing to do today again, Daddy? No, nothing to do today. And, of course, when you are working, I mean, it's ridiculous because they say, what did you do today, Daddy? Well, I fell in a puddle and I dropped my trousers, you know, that's what
You must be very proud. And the important thing is... the cheque is in the post.
Oh, right. That's an old one.
We have more company expected in just a moment, so relax your mighty form and be with you in just a second. Roy Kinnear, thank you.